What is the going on, movie trivia Schmoedown fans, view crew? What is up? Happy Sunday! It is a two-man show tonight, my friends. It's just the two of us.
It is just the two of us.
Make it if we
only cool kids allowed.
Hashtag Cool Kids Club. Because
welcome to happy hour.
Welcome to happy hour with Brian and Jill.
Yeah.
No, Molly and Jake are out being much cooler than we are. And
Jake's doing something. Molly's is probably still sipping some delicious beverages.
I know. I'm very jealous of her right now because where she was at just sounds so fun. But I had my partying yesterday, and I am still feeling the pain from it today. So Pedialyte is on the way.
Yeah. Tim, how's my heart rate? My heart rate's racing a little bit. Got my hat on.
Are we talking sports ball?
Yes, sports ball is happening. The Red Sox are in the 13th inning currently.
Holy Lord Almighty!
So I've got the game cast on that screen. You right here, but
it's a party.
Don't worry, guys. I won't be paying attention too much to that.
Thomas, we missed you. Also, we're very bummed we couldn't be there.
The amount of jealousy and envy I felt this weekend, seeing all these pictures of everyone together, and
see, I had the FOMO until I saw the video of everyone taking a shot of Malort, and I was like, you know what?
Oh, I didn't see that.
You know what? Kind of glad I'm not there right now. If y'all haven't seen it, go to Ben Goddard's Twitter. It's like it's the whole crew. It's like Goddard, Chandru, Rachel, PJ, Ellis, Peggy, Saul is there, and I guess the Bears won, and they were at like a Chicago-style bar, and they were like, "Yo,
no, is that today?
Shots of Malort." Yeah, that was today, I think.
Yeah, let's not talk about that because that was against Jake and I's Raiders. So,
yeah, so they all took shots of Malort, and the faces of instant regret are just a treat to watch.
I have heard nothing but bad things about Malort.
I'm
never going to try it. I won't say never, but I've never heard a good thing about Malort. So.
I audibly gagged watching them. I was like, it's not a fun time. So I'm not glad. I'm not upset that I missed that part. But everything else, I am very sad that we missed, which we will obviously be talking about in our...
So many people were there.
I know.
So jealous. It only makes me that much more excited for Spectacular.
I know. Spectacular is going to be where the real party is at because we'll be there. So anyway.
I cannot wait.
Spectacular. But enough about that. Our weekends was, I may or may not have celebrated one of my mortal enemies' birthdays yesterday.
Happy birthday, Brandon Hannah.
Happy birthday, Brandon Hannah, I guess. Happy birthday to you. That made me, I gagged a little bit just having to even say those words. But we are here to talk Schmoedown, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, did we have a week of some really, really good, crazy matches. Crazy chaos.
Literally, there was a match with
literally chaos theory. Which was that the first match, or was that?
Yeah, that was the first match we missed. Then Adam and the Kid.
All right.
Then the Korruption Invitational.
Anyway, let's just dive right into this. Chat, feel free to chime along because it is just the two of us today. So your comments will be very appreciated. But so let's kick it into high gear with Deception versus Chaos Theory, round one of this, what is sure to be and what is becoming quite a freaking amazing tournament, if I do say so myself. This match went into overtime. It did not go long into overtime, but it did go into overtime, which, if that doesn't tell you how great these players are, I don't know what. I mean, we have Deception, which is the former singles champion and the current singles champion, Marisol, McKee, and Adam Collins. And then we have this new rookie team of Nick Harley and Jacoby Bancroft, who are freaking killing it. Like,
yeah,
killing it.
this honestly, to me, was the best match of the week.
I don't disagree, and I'm so, because they asked me to do the post interview for this one. It was the one day a week where I like can't do post interviews, and I was so mad that I couldn't do it because I wanted to be there for this match so freaking badly. But
oh, good, Brian Bailey. I'm glad it worked.
Oh yay! Hi, okay, good.
You were in
good.
chat jail for whatever reason.
For whatever reason, you were in chat jail.
No, I was just like, holy crap! This is a amazing match. I had no idea where it would fall. No, I mean, it literally was tied every single round. At the end of it. Yeah, every single round.
100%. Like it like the entire time you're like, oh my god, it could go this way. Oh wait, no, like it was. They were just amazing. The teamwork of both of these teams is obviously Deception is the more seasoned team, so they're gonna have that. They're gonna have that teamwork connection that Deception has. But Chaos Theory, this is only their second match together, and they're. I don't know what's going to happen next season with the draft, but I would really like these two to stay together because I think they can do really great things. I mean, Nick was brought up from the FCL, so like, let's keep him around in the Schmoedown for a bit longer because we already pulled him up from FCL. And then Jacoby is coming in as one of the highly touted Fan League 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he's scary good. They went into overtime against champions and they're a rookie team.
They, for a team that only played one match together before, they looked like a team that had been playing for a year, 2 years maybe. It was, damn it, Tim Sim, don't tell me that. But yeah, they are freaking fantastic. Nick is good.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, oh yeah, okay, we're good in the FCL. He's good.
I mean, he was the FCL. He was the FCL champion. For a reason.
He is. My eye is on him to be a locked in next season. Like probably grabbed by someone, a manager, because he is really good.
Jacoby too.
Jacoby is fantastic as well. I mean, all four of those people are very good players, and it's just another like reason where I'm just like, darn it! Like, why did it have to be like the first round? Now we don't get to see those two teams. Well, we don't get to see Chaos Theory anymore. Yeah. But that was, like I said, to me, completely honest, best match of the week.
Yeah, and I agree. I do want to pull this comment up really quick from Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that Roxy had one of the best drafts. Personally, I think she had one of the best drafts. I don't know what is in the water of the Stars this season though, where they're not playing bad. They're not playing badly. Also, the KSC are got opponent's choice, which is also something to be like, whoa, they got opponent's choice. But the Stars matches, they're not playing badly. It's just that they're playing people who just inch out ahead of them. I don't know what the luck is. I don't know what is. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me, but I personally felt that Roxy had one of the stronger drafts this season.
She did. You assumed the odd couple. You assumed Alex. Who else was there? Janine, obviously.
Who took Marisol to the limit, and then she ended up playing someone who played a perfect game. So it's just one of those things where they just are. They're not playing poorly. They are just slightly out-edged in like 90% of their matches.
Yeah. It's a rough year for them, but at the same time, like the people she has are strong people. Now, like Snyder, retiring, Andreyko retiring, Alex having his bad luck this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously going to hurt you when your people that you're counting on to get you those points aren't doing that. But I mean, her other players have stepped up when time beat. Whether or not that's a win, they still look really good.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I had no idea who was going to win that match.
No.
It was literally just going to be like the first miss and it's over. And that's what it ended up being.
Exactly. One person didn't get like the first round of overtime. So it came literally down to a question. And like obviously, of course, Deception is continuing to be the amazing team that they are. And shout out to that promo of them riding ATVs, because that made me want to go ride.
Dude, so jealous. When I saw that, I was like, no, that's not fair.
Adam was like, yeah, we've just been shouting each other questions as we ride around on our four-wheelers, and here they come, doodly-doo, like in their little ATVs. And I'm like, you are, I will never be as cool as either of you.
No, never.
Like, no.
You and I never.
Never going to happen.
Yeah, but Leo, you just took exactly what I was going to say. Now, with that moving on, Deception is going to face King Arthur, and again with every single one of these teams matches,
either way,
it's a coin toss. There's literally no favorite. I have no idea who. I mean, King Arthur looked awesome. Griffin Newman has been playing amazing. The
Scary,
King,
which we will talk about more later with the New York match, but
the King been playing scary. And then you have Deception, 2 former champions, one former champion and current singles champion. So it's like, who you pick? It's literally a coin toss. I have no idea who's going to come out of that match alive. No, who's going to come out of that match alive? Yeah, alive. But yeah, the teams tournament is shaping up to be a slaughter fest. Like there's no room for like error at all in teams in this.
None.
Like, you miss a question, that could be the game. And that's teams. We usually hear that with Star Wars. This is teams.
Yeah. It's literally. It's and I think that's come. My brain is moving faster than my mouth can. I think it's come to that point in pretty much all 4 divisions where, depending on which teams or which players you're getting, like when someone misses, I go, oh, that's game. And it's like round 1, and I'm like, what am I doing? This isn't Star Wars, but like that's how it is.
Yeah,
that's
how one of these galaxy far, far away nerds.
Right? Like, but that's how good these players are now. It's like it's starting to become that Star Wars thing where it's like someone will get a question wrong in round 1. I'm like, oh, that's game. And I'm like, no, stop it. No, it's not. We still have like 3 more rounds. But it's crazy just how freaking good all these team players are, since we're talking about the teams tournament. Just I'm not at all jealous of these competitors who have to compete in these crazy freaking brackets, man. I mean, sorry, Thomas. Y'all are y'all are on another level.
I mean, when we're looking at possibly like not getting the bonus right and that being the thing that loses you the game, that's scary. Like,
literally,
and I mean, teams has the added pressure of not wanting to let your teammate down. Like,
I know, my heart shattered for Jacoby when he was the only one to get that bonus, that overtime question wrong. And I was like, no, like, because Jacoby's one of the sweetest people you ever meet. He's obviously an amazing Schmoedown player. His promos are fired. Like, the whole step 1, put on a blindfold, and the rest of his whiteboard was just scribbles because, like, it's just pure genius, you know? Yeah. So my heart broke for him when he got that question.
Of course.
But
who knows? I mean, we still have lots more teams to come. We still have the whole left side of the bracket.
Still have the whole left side.
Yeah. Who knows? Who freaking knows?
Congratulations to Deception, obviously my babies, for taking that W. But King Arthur.
Yeah, that ain't easy.
You thought Chaos Theory was a good team. Like, these guys are also just like we've said multiple times, just in this show alone, these teams are insane. Yeah. All of them.
It's wild.
So absolutely. wild. So Deception goes on to round 2. Crazy stuff. So on the flip side, another tournament that we were in, Adam Collins is back. We're getting Brendan Meyer, Adam Collins, part 2. Which I think it was a match that everyone was really looking forward to, because Brendan was the one who took Adam to the limit.
Mm-hmm.
His first singles tournament run. They went into overtime that first match. Brendan was this close. He was one question. So close. And so we get Brendan versus Adam Collins round 2.
Mm-hmm. Part 2.
And again, this is one of those, I mean,
Brendan went perfect.
Brendan played a perfect game.
Perfect.
A perfect game. And not that Adam played poorly at all. I think he missed 2 questions that entire match. It's just,
I mean,
Brendan Meyer played a perfect game. Like, come on now.
Adam missed his bonus.
Whatever.
It's your bonus.
Yeah.
And then you have he checked down once. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
And the 5.
Oh, and the 5, excuse me, yeah. But like, other than that, he played great. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's a bonus. Okay. You check down to be confident. Okay. And then you're 5. 5's, you never know. No. I mean, you could get freaking Ross's solo for a 5, or you could
get Ross Arsenal's most impossible 5-pointer in the history of 5-pointers.
Get a 5 that you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know what you're getting with the 5. But then at the other end of this, that was a horrible analogy. I forget it. The other side of the coin, you have Brendan, who freaking just did not miss.
No.
He looked like I don't even think he questioned himself.
No. And usually when Brendan plays, you can see he'll go, I don't know. And like, he'll kind of, you can see the gears kick it, but
yeah,
dude was just
like
on point. Also, happy birthday, Brendan. It was like your birthday last week.
So. Happy birthday.
I texted him and I was like, are you going to be at Spectacular? Because he's like, are you going to be in New York? Because I think I'll be in New York. I'm like, no, but will you be here for Spectacular? He's like, okay, good.
I like sitting here watching New York this weekend. I was just going like, oh my God, hurry up.
I know. Almost. We're almost there. Less than 2 months.
Month and a half.
Almost there.
But yeah, it's insane how like some people, if you can go perfect in singles, it's just like, to me, it's like, holy crap. Like,
also, how backtrack real quickly, because I forgot that we got this super chat.
Let's go. Sorry, I just saw Tim. 6-4.
Thoughts on Jacoby's rookie year now that it has ended?
I mean, he had a fantastic rookie year. Like, I mean, is he in contention for rookie of the year? No, I would say he could be nominated. But win? Probably not. But I mean, in Schmoedown standards, he had a great first year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the amount of rookies that came in this year, the amount of vets playing, like, I would be satisfied. I mean, obviously, if you don't win, you're not completely satisfied. But, like, coming into a freaking crazy league this year and playing like he did, I think he had a fantastic year. I don't think he has anything to put to be down about. I mean, obviously, the competitive nature of wanting to win is there, but I think he had a fantastic first year.
Mm-hmm.
One of those people that you will definitely see next year.
Oh, 100%.
Unless unforeseen circumstances, he'll for sure be here next year.
Yeah. But anyway, we just wanted to backtrack to that really quick. So continuing on with Adam and Brendan, I wanted to add another thing that I thought, and I noticed a lot of people commenting on it too, was that one of the things that really bothered me with a lot of people that were commenting on Adam Collins last season, and like he even joked about it later on the season, was that people found he was good, but he was boring, which I thought was...
Adam was boring?
Yeah, people said he was boring. People were calling him boring. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, he's not boring at all. But I feel like he's really even more so come like to be really comfortable in this space.
You
and
tried being on an international show that you're answering trivia questions on the spot, and you still have to have kind of a character and be funny or mean. There's a lot going on. I couldn't do it. I would either like forget to be my character and only think about the trivia, or one or the other.
Exactly.
Good freaking luck. I mean,
yeah, but what I like though is that dude's funny, you know, and I saw that last season. I'm like, guys, what are you talking about? How are you not seeing this? But now it's coming out even more so.
His ending sentence in the promo to Brendan, like, let's go, you grown-ass man. I was laughing so hard, just sitting here by myself, just laughing my butt off at like just anyone that's like cursing at the kid, not cursing, but like throwing a jab at the kid or something, and just stuff like that. I was rolling.
Come on, you grown-ass man. So great. And like him calling Harloff on like obviously like a kid's toy cell phone that was like blinking and lighting up. Like,
and then he called Christian something.
What do you mean it's not a Schmoedown thing? What if I watch it 3 times in a row? Yeah. Then it's theatrical length. Like, what are you talking about? And then he
told him to go eat his porridge or something too.
Yeah, like, how's your porridge? Like something like ridiculous. But
yeah, I mean, let's be honest, people. Like, it's hard. It's not like you come into this a suit, like say you're a rookie, like especially some of these people that have never seen the show. Like, I mean, you're thinking like, okay, I need to worry about the trivia, but you're adding an aspect of like entertainment on top of it. Like, I mean, you have people in here that are professional. That is their job, entertainers.
Well, Thomas in the chat literally just says Griffy Newms, for example.
Yeah, here's a perfect example.
He is a literal professionally trained entertainer. That is what he does for a living.
His job is to entertain.
That's what he does for a living. Like Mike Kalinowski, same thing. That is what he does for a living.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you'll get like the people who work like 9 to 5s, you know, who are also throwing their hat in the ring.
Thomas was just here to answer Star Wars questions, and all of a sudden now he's got to have a character and act and stuff. Come on, like
come on now, like just throw that into the mix of everything, you know. And it's crazy.
I mean, obviously there's gonna be people that know how to entertain a crowd and have a shtick, and like that is what they're gonna do. I mean, and then you're gonna have people that are going to start off just at the bare bottom, and then they're going to grow into it, and you're probably going to end up being like your favorite. Like,
I mean, Dan Merle, for example, you know, like I mean, he didn't have a character or whatever starting out. Like
now his character is just Dan.
Now the character's Dan. Like now that's just Dan. You know, like that's just Dan.
Yeah,
and he's the GOAT for a reason. You know, so like
I mean,
I just remember last season people were like, oh my god, but like he's good, but he's just really boring. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, stop it. Stop.
Yeah, so let's go. 2-1 in the series.
Oh my god. Sports ball. But unfortunately, we won't be seeing, at least in the singles tournament, any more of his solo promos.
No Deception Championship for you shills.
I
Or
mean,
title match, I
deception.
should
No Adam Cullen's title match.
That's
Deception.
what I meant. Marisol versus Adam.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
That's right. There was a
I'm
chance.
still holding out for Janine Marisol part.
I know.
Part deux.
I know.
Dear God, please! I will lose my mind if that's the singles. Spectacular.
She's playing Kalinowski next, right?
Good old white bread, as she calls it.
Good old white bread.
I love it. God, singles is another one. Like, good luck picking who's going to be the last man standing. If Brendan plays like he's been just did, then it's
they were saying in the chat there is still a way for there to be a Corky Merc Invitational where Shazam could be playing each other in the singles finals.
Yeah,
like there is a way that can happen. It's going to be tough to get there, but it can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much impossible to narrow down who is going to be playing these champions in Spectacular because the fields are just so insane. I mean, yes, IG already technically we know Parker's going, but we don't know who he's playing. Yeah. But yeah, it's just this year the competition is just so insane. Like you still have Star Wars. Who's going to come out of that one? That
tournament is still going on.
Yeah,
like that's still round one.
Yeah, you have that bloodbath, and then you have teams, which is just like annihilation times 10. Then you have singles, which is just a slaughterhouse. Spectacular is so close, but like getting there, we are so far away from it.
I think round one of the Star Wars tournament ends this week with the Daemons.
Mm-hmm. That's why they're not here. They're feuding.
I know, they're still studying. They're screaming at each other, and
God. This week, the trash talk that is going to come.
The trash talk.
I can't wait. But yeah, Adam and the kid. I love when these rivalries are formed and you have one person win the first match, then the second one wins the other one, and then now you're just like, oh man,
they need a rubber match. They need a rubber match now. And I love that the last thing that Adam said in that match before it was called that Brendan was the winner was, "I'll see you again, Brendan." We know there's going to be a Brendan Adam part 3. We know it's going to happen at some point. Like, how can it not? Because they're tied against each other now. So now we need that rubber match to happen. When will that happen? Obviously to be determined, because they won't be unless deception. So there is a way where Adam can see Brendan again this season in teams.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, there is a way for that to happen. It's gonna be like we said, these teams are stacked, so we will see. But unfortunately, not going to happen this season in singles. But next season would not at all be stunned if we see a Brendan Adam.
That's for sure. Schedule it down. It's happening at some point. Yeah. Chuck, where'd it go? Yeah, because she's dragging Alex on too. So I'm sure there will be words exchanged throughout the reaction.
Is Alex going to be here on Wednesday?
She's forcing him to do it. At least that's what she said last time. I get to switch to my new hat now that the Red Sox won.
There you go.
My new Star Wars hat. I know. Jake got it for my birthday. But yeah, incredible match between the two, and the kid. That was wild. I mean, when you do that in singles, that's a like Scooby-Doo. Like what? Like. Perfection in singles. Oh man,
it's
gonna be wild.
It's crazy. So Brendan the kid Meyer, or Brendan the grown-ass adult Meyer, whatever you want to call him.
I would die for that to be his name next year.
Brendan the grown-ass adult Meyer is moving on to the next round of the singles tournament. Do we know who he's playing next?
Let's look. He would be playing.
So either Oyama or Barbarian.
Barbarian. Oh, I love Barbarian, but I would love to see Brendan Paul. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. They are both young with like old people taste. And,
right? Like I don't understand it. I don't get it.
They could have some seriously out of left field wheel slices on that one.
Craziness.
So,
but
yeah.
So Brendan continues on. And then of course we have the big pay-per-view event that we had this weekend. We had our first big live event back in like 2 years in New York. And boy, what a crazy roller coaster ride this event was. So first and foremost, we get a lovely treat from the president herself, Miss Grace Hancock. Going after Shannon, obviously.
A normal Saturday.
Just a normal day for Grace. So that was obviously a treat to have.
Brian, get out of here. The kid doesn't have a mean bone in his Canadian body. He can't even pretend to be mean.
No, I think Brendan is Brendan's like the John Cena of the Schmoedown, where he will never have a heel turn because he can't. He's his
mean would be like, I really hope you get this question right, but think about it really hard.
How dare you
yourself
do well in this match, sir? No. Brendan will never be heel, and I hope he's never heel because seeing Brendan go heel would just make me sad because he's just a sweet summer child, and no. But so Grace comes out, does her whole shtick, and then we get the first match of the evening, which is Horowitz versus downtown Griffy Newms.
Do we want to talk about Grace at all?
Go continue.
She's got a little. Anyone else feel the little
puppet show?
Puppet strings kind of dangling there a little bit. My antennas went up a little bit by her saying some things.
I know. She is the president after all.
Yes.
She does what she wants.
Can't trust him.
No.
Can't trust anyone.
Yeah, you
gotta watch your back, people.
Can't trust anybody. Can't trust anybody.
I mean, so Brian, nobody heard what Grace said. I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, for the most part of it, and people that were at New York can correct us. It just more or less sounded like she was stoking the flames of Chance and Marisol, and then Chance with Shannon not getting the love he deserved last week or the week leading up. So a little bit of stirring the pot.
We'll get more into that when we talk about the Chance and Marisol match.
Yeah.
But a lot of pot stirring going on. It's what's going on with Korruption. We'll talk about that when we get to that match. Crazy stuff. But then we get to the first match of the night, which is Josh Horowitz which is apparently the only name he will refer to himself as, which is downtown Griffy Newms, because he will not respond to anything else, apparently.
He is the funniest.
So good. So this match, starting up, the build-up for this match was crazy because multiple people have said that both of these rookies could easily hold a singles belt.
Oh, easily.
At some point in their career. Easily. Both of them, Horowitz and Newms, could easily hold a singles belt in the future. But this is just a prime example of one of those matches where you're sometimes just gonna get dished a bunch of questions you just do not know. Yeah. And Horowitz was unfortunately on the receiving end of that stick in this match. Not to mention, he got served opponent's choice, which
Griffy seemed to know what to give him.
Because he brought a jacket specifically for the occasion. I think this is the first time ever we have seen a costume change based on an opponent's choice.
We love a good costume change, though.
We love a good costume change. Dude brought a literal Pixar jacket, threw it on, and gave the dude Pixar. Like,
this was it was tough to watch. It was. Listen, this is like you just said. There are matches where the questions just aren't falling. We've seen Horowitz's last 3 matches. The dude knows his stuff.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason why he was the undercard for this event,
Yeah. And he was just winning. Like, it was no one's business up until this match. So the man knows his stuff. He just hit a freaking rough set of questions.
Yeah.
And probably 70% not in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
End of round 1, he missed the first 3. That was rough.
Just like you asked for.
Is it just
hi, Sean?
Thank you. He was like, I made you a cocktail just like it's straight up Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A good old Pedialyte cocktail. Missed 3 questions in the first round.
I wasn't trying to sell the farm in front of all your viewers.
Oh.
There's more.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
So
I had a rough morning.
Clearly. But missed the first 3. At that point, we're already looking like, oh, shoot. Like, this is not going well. But the man held himself in because at the end of round 1, it was 6-5.
He brought himself back, and I do want to also bring up all the comments that they're saying in the chat. The "Can I go home now?" comment. Like, he had a rough round 1, but the dude still had such a positive energy. He was still having fun with it. He made comments like, "Guys, I'm just trying to keep this dramatic." After he missed like his 3rd straight question in round 1.
Yeah,
and then
it was rough the first 3, but then he caught his flow. Hi, Sean. Hi.
No, don't. He was gonna turn my camera off.
Oh, great. Yeah, don't leave me here alone.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so coming out of round 1 the way he started, not bad. 5-6. I would take that if I started with 0-3 on the 3 questions.
This is not a cocktail mix. This is just Pedialyte in a fancy Collins glass. This is not a cocktail.
An Adam Collins glass. And get out here, Wingblade. I wasn't saying hi to you. But then round 2 happened.
My heart just broke for him. Like,
yes, we clearly saw a weakness category for him. And how they knew that, maybe it's in the dossier. I don't know.
They knew it enough for him to have a jacket for it.
But they knew that was going to hurt him. And boy, I cannot remember. It sounds bad. A worse round 2 than that. He walked out of that with 1 point. Griffin Newman walked out of it with 5.
Yeah. Newms,
his round. His round.
I think Newms was up by 5 or 6.
It was
before he even spun.
It was 5-6, and then at the end of it, it was, I believe, 11-7 or something like that.
Yeah, and that was before he even spun.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Griffin was up about 5 points before even spinning.
Yeah,
like
he added to his lead by almost double on his spin.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, that's almost the kiss of death, and it clearly was.
I don't think Griffy missed a question. Did he? Oh, in round 1 he did.
He was answering them before Christian could even.
He was like,
2 points, please. 2 points.
Yeah, can I have the 2 points, please? Like, his character work
so
good. So
it's very ironic for you guys all watching that Jill and I are the only ones on tonight, because Jill and I were the only ones texting each other during
because we were the only ones who could watch it.
Because Jake was out and Molly's on vacation, and so like her and I were just like, oh my god, like
I think I said oof about like 19 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a I don't even want to, like, I feel like even talking about it is mean. It's such a like obvious showing of when you don't know a category, that is what can happen. Like, I mean, and granted, he did do a couple times, like, we should have probably went to multiple choice. Like, I think he swung a little bit of a kind of just like, I don't even want to say it was a rookie, just almost kind of like a I've given up. Just
no, I don't think he gave up.
I don't want to say given up, but just like, let's just call it.
I think his mentality was he was already down by so much. Might as well go out swinging.
Exactly.
You know, like might as well try and just shoot your shot for those 2 points because you're already down by this. You know, you're already down, so might as well just shoot your shot and try.
Yeah,
but
it was no bueno.
No, but like I said, he remained positive that entire thing. You could still tell that he was not winning this match most likely unless something crazy happened. But he was still super positive coming out of that match. During his post interview, he was like, you know what? No, I'm going to be back. I'm dusting myself off. They're still there. They have the teams tournaments. You know,
he's still with Perry.
He's with Perry in the teams tournament. So it's not the last we're going to be seeing of Horowitz, but but you can tell that he wants to continue in the singles division as well.
And he should.
He should.
One bad game like that is not any indication,
especially in your rookie season. Your rookie season, the first big live event in 2 years, like freaking Andrew Guy TKO'd like Dan Murrell. Like it happens. Yeah. It happens to every single player. Every player. Mike Kalinowski's been KO'd at Spectacular. Like, did y'all see the last Spectacular where all of them ended in KOs? Championship matches ended in KOs and TKOs. Like, everyone has, you know, that one match where it's just like, so like, and he's gonna be one of those players that he's just gonna dust himself off. He's still having a grand old time with it. He wants to continue to compete in the singles tournament, and I think
the man was drafted in the 6th round.
Crazy.
In like 3-1.
Crazy.
Like that is a steal. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure his singles record's 3-1 now. In the chat,
I think it's 3-1. Someone will correct us if we're wrong.
But for an unknown, I mean, I'll be honest. He was one of the ones where I just saw, oh, okay, this is a celebrity roster spot. Anytime someone has, let's be honest, if there's someone coming in where they have a little bit of fame, like there's gonna be that, like, oh, this is just gonna be like a name to come into the league, like a Jericho.
I mean, sure.
Where
let's throw that name out.
Yeah, where it's just like, or dare I even say Flickinger, where it's like oh, look, this person's coming in, they'll get to play. Like, you don't expect very much.
Yeah.
That's why he was drafted in the 6th round. But then the man went 3-1, and he was good. He was beating people that you were just like, whoa, like, you actually kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And are good.
He's good. You can tell he has learned the game. He knows his repeats. He knows his JTEs. He knows the rules of the game. He obviously wants to play. Otherwise, he wouldn't have even been in the singles tournament. Because
or a
live show. Because if you had progressed, you have at least another match to do. You know, so you when you go into a singles tournament, you have to go in with the mindset of, I could potentially be going to the finals. So I'm going to have multiple matches. So dude obviously wants to play. And you can tell he's having a great time with it. Like, you can tell he's having fun. It's similar. He's the similar case as in like a Paul Walter Hauser, where you can tell he's having a really good time. He's having fun with it, and they want to compete.
Yeah, these, I will say, I was pleasantly surprised with these celebrity, if you will, people this year, minus Flickinger. Hauser, Paul Walter Hauser, he's good.
Yeah,
he's
really good.
2 unlucky matches, but he's good. Like,
I mean, dare I say, even freaking Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith
is good.
Like,
even because people are like, oh, they're just giving him the easy questions. But did you see his match with Marisol, the current singles champion?
Yeah,
it went to like the 5. Like,
you can't see these celebrity people anymore as like, oh, they're gonna just come in and bring some popularity. No, they might actually come in and beat you. Like, literally.
So they might come and take that belt from you. Like, you never know.
The way Griffin is playing,
and Griffin too. Griffin is literally an actor. That is what he does for a living. And here he is, headlining New York, continuing on in the singles tournament, clearly having so much freaking fun with it. Like, obviously the dude is having a freaking blast with it. Like,
yeah, and I mean, Paige is his next match.
And of course Paige, the Boston Badass herself, decides to storm the stage after the match, which, cheers to that. Cheers, queen. Yes.
Cheers to you throwing in a New York jab. I stood up and like, yes.
It's Boston versus New York, you guys. Like, obviously there's going to be a lot of heat. It's going to be, will it be as intense as the Bateman versus Paige match fire that was happening before that match? I don't know.
I wouldn't say it's going to be as aggressive, like, and directed. There will be some chomping at the bit, some jawing, but it's not going to be as, like, she wanted Bateman from the get-go.
That was who she called out, because part of the video submission process, when people submitted their auditions for the Schmoedown, was, okay, like, do a promo and call out a player.
Yeah.
And from her audition tape, she was calling out Ben Bateman.
Yeah.
And so that's Paige, so she got to Bateman, and now she has her sights out on Griffy Newman. And I think no matter who Paige faces, they're gonna have to face the wrath of the Boston Badass, because
good luck.
Like,
this is a match that I am like teams. No idea. It's just gonna be a flip of the coin.
It's a coin toss.
The way Griffy Newms is playing, it's hard not to pick him. But then you look at Paige, the way she's playing, it's hard not to pick her. Like, it's a literal 50-50 coin toss in that one. Like, that might seriously be like what we were talking about earlier, and a first to miss type thing. Like, I mean, if someone gets a weakness on that wheel, that could definitely play an outcome.
Yeah.
But then you have round 3 where, who knows? I have no clue who comes out on top on that.
But the thing with both Griffy and Paige is we really haven't seen weaknesses from either of them. From wheel spins, at least. From wheel slices, I don't think we've seen a real true weakness from either of those players. So we will see.
Thank God we have a little bit of time in between those two's match, because there's still a whole lot of stuff.
We still have a whole lot of singles matches to go, but Griffy Newms does come out on top in that match. And then, of course, we move on to our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it was yet another Korruption Invitational up in this house. Part 2 Korruption Invitational. This time featuring Lady Justice, Marisol McKee, your current singles champion, and Chance Ellison, arguably one of the best players to not hold the singles title. So for me personally, going into this match, it was like one of those, like, I'm happy with whatever outcome happens, but I'm also kind of heartbroken with whatever outcome happens, because it's like, I would love Marisol to defend, because obviously, but of course, there's people that were saying that, oh, Marisol had such an easy climb to like get to the championship, and people were calling her championship run a fluke, and so, you know, big huge middle finger to all those people, because not only did she beat Ethan Irwin, now she beat Chance Ellison. So she retains the belt. But had she lost the belt, I would have been heartbroken. But then I was also heartbroken with the fact that Chance got as far as he did, only to not get the belt yet again.
I know.
So, but anyway, match begins. Shannon comes out by herself, does not walk either player out, and she looks pissed. She looks pissed, obviously, because of all the ish that Grace had said earlier. She comes out, she yells at Grace, she's saying that everything's fine, because if for anyone who was not on Twitter, I retweeted some of the, like, I was like, oh no, mom and dad are fighting. Like, Chance and Marisol were going at it, and I was like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? You said,
we are not the dungeon. Stop.
I know. Like, so Chance and Marisol were going at it on Twitter, to the point where Shannon had to step in and be like, what are you two doing? We are on the same faction. We're not the dungeon. We're not the Finstock Exchange. We're not splitting up. What are you guys doing? Stop it. So she comes out by herself, calls out Grace and all of her nonsense, says that everything's fine. Chance comes out, also not looking thrilled. And he goes up on the stage and like looks like had some words for Shannon. And I was like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? And like kind of like mad dogging her, and I don't know what. And then of course Marisol comes in and tries to, you know, mediate the situation. Like, Chance is an amazing player. This is my faction. So I don't know what is happening in Korruption right now. I'm sure it's just the heat of the moment with a championship match between obviously two very strong competitors. Brian, what do you think? Do you think something is happening within Korruption? Do you think this is just the moment singles title fire? What is going on here? Because this certainly wasn't we're wearing Hawaiian shirts and drinking pina coladas. No. Korruption Invitational we saw with Mike and Chance in the IG tournament last season. So what is happening?
I would say there is probably a rift in House Korruption.
No.
A little bit, because I mean, Marisol ended Chance's season. That's not an easy thing to digest. Your own teammate ending your season.
That's right. I didn't even think that Chance is done this season.
Yeah, he's done. So, I mean,
that did not even cross my mind. He's out for the season.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think of how I would, as someone that like played sports and is competitive, like that's gonna add an extra sting to losing, and you finally make it to the pinnacle and your own teammate ends your season. I mean, I get mad enough when I do reactions with just Jake and he beats me, even though like I know 99.9% of the time he's gonna beat me, but still there's still like that annoyed that he beat me. So like I could only imagine like the actual level of like what Chance and Marisol's is. It can't feel good. And
Yeah, it's
and Chance is one of, if not kind of Shannon's OGs. Like, I mean, she wasn't officially around when they formed.
She was in the background,
but she was there. Like,
she was there.
She was there.
Every single Mike Kalinowski match before Shannon was a manager, Shannon was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like studio matches, she was always there. So wherever Mike is, Shannon is right behind him.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got to have like, I think kind of like that sibling mentality of like, mom likes me better because I was the first child, like that type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, and then like, but your younger sibling is outperforming you now and is looking at, has the belt, has your like your star student type thing. I can understand if there's a bit of jealousy / frustration towards it. I mean, it can't feel good to be the, I mean, he's 24.
Literally.
He's young.
Yeah.
People. Yeah. Young. And so he will be probably around for a very long time. I can see where his frustration is valid. It's a valid thing. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Part of me thinks I don't know. Let me ask you, would you rather lose to someone on your team or a random person? Because like most people would be like, oh yeah, I'd rather play my friend and lose. I think I'm the opposite. I would rather lose to play someone and lose to someone like I'm not close with. Like,
I think there's more of a, when it comes, because it's like you want to beat because it's Korruption. I myself can speak because I live with a Korruption member. I have been in their study sessions, and Marisol and Chance it doesn't matter what match it is, they have been studying together this entire season and last season. And so I think with that too, it's like you get this, I know what you know what I know, but you also don't know what I know, because in these training sessions, they don't tell all their secrets because of moments like this where they could potentially face each other. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like, especially when you've been training with somebody this entire time, you want to prove that you are better than them. Like, it's just like, it's like we've been saying, it's like competing against your best friend or your sibling. Like, you want to be the better one.
Of course.
Like, you know. But I also think something interesting to think about with all this Korruption rift, where I can understand where Chance would even get more tiffed, is Shannon comes out by herself, so doesn't walk with either of them. Marisol has her team partner in Adam Collins, who walks her out. No one was with Chance. Where is Kalinowski? Where is anybody else in Korruption to walk out with Chance?
So that was there. I, for the whole week, had been wondering, like, how is the manager thing gonna go this week? I 100% thought it would go Mike manages Chance, Shannon manages Marisol. Mm-hmm. Just because, I mean, I don't think there's a bond in the Schmoedown that has been like thicker in the last couple of years than Mike and Chance. Like, they've been together for, I think, the longest active team.
They're the still only active team from Anarchy.
Yeah. So I mean, they're like as thick as thieves. So I fully expected that. Like, and if I'm Chance, I probably would rather that than Shannon. So you let Shannon go with Marisol, and then you have your team's partner that knows you better than anyone, pretty much, manage you. But Mike wasn't there. And, I mean, he's probably doing important stuff outside in life. But, like, that to me was very shocking.
It speaks volumes, especially because, like, you know, Shannon could have walked back down. She could have walked each of them out. Adam could have walked each of them out. No one chose to walk with Chance. It's kind of, it kind of makes you think, like, is there more than just this sibling sort of rivalry for just this match? You know, you don't know, but so this match is one of those where
I blame Sean. He should have walked out with
it's
them.
Sean's fault. It's his. Yeah, we, New York just couldn't be there. Sorry, Chance. But so this match was, I mean, Marisol played as I know Marisol can play, which is freaking phenomenally. And Chance was dealt a slice that I didn't even know existed on the wheel, which is movie spoofs. Spoof movies, or like whatever it's called. I mean, which I didn't even know was a wheel slice.
Yeah, I'll say this: they both played really well.
Yeah.
Outside, the literal only thing minus his 5 that cost him was round 2. That category. That was a rough category. I mean, like, that was the only thing. They both went 7-7 first round. Even. Dead even. Then you hit round 2. That was rough for him. Round 3, matched it. 3-3. Both got 3. Both got 3.
With the speed round, I one really quick stupid comment was that first question, the Mark Hamill question. That Sean was sitting in the chair next to me just screaming, "It's Mark Hamill!" And like, because like that question was just catered to Sean, and like none of them were getting it. And he's like, "Guys, it's Mark Hamill!"
Yeah. He got it within like 1-2 seconds.
I'm kind of surprised neither of them, like, because Chance got it with like 2 seconds left, and Chance was like, "Mark Hamill," like,
yeah. But I mean, like, you got first round 7-7, second round, skip that for right now. Third round betting 3-3, fourth round 5 questions. Chance got 2, Marisol got 2, but missed 1. So again, we're tied 2 points, 2 points. Then we get to round 5. Obviously, it was a little bit different. He had to do his 2 and 3. She only had to do the 2. He missed the 5. So, I mean, virtually they had the same play. Mm-hmm. It just came down to that round 2. That was rough. Mm-hmm. That spoof movie category was rough.
Yeah, I think Marisol went perfect, other than going down to 1 point for her last question, but she didn't.
And she stole 2 of his spoof movie points.
And she stole 2 questions. Like, that slice was not a good.
It was rough. I mean, he only walked out of that round 2 with 3 points, and she stole 2 of them. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, anytime that your opponent is almost stealing more points than you in a round, it's not a good look, Cotton.
No.
It's not something that's going to make your path to winning easier.
No.
But other than that, I mean, I know I saw some people saying, like, he didn't have a good game. He had a good game.
He did.
It was just that round.
It was that crazy freaking wheel slice.
Yeah. It literally was just that round. Every other round was identical point-wise. Yeah. Except for round 5, because she didn't go to her 5. But, I mean, he had a good match. It just came down to a crappy wheel slice.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's one round that ruins the whole game for you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he had a great match. It just, that freaking slice. That slice sucked for him.
Yeah. Yeah. A real quick pulling this comment up from Tim Sim. Thank you, Tim. Amazing that Marisol can join Merle and Levine in the back-to-back singles title defense club, but history will be against her, as from second spectacular onward, the singles title has always changed hands. It's really interesting. It'll definitely be interesting. Yeah, that's a very interesting fact to know. Hi, Joey.
Hello.
But it's an interesting fact, but so we will have Marisol McKee at Spectacular as your singles champion. Yeah. Who she's facing, obviously TBD, because we have a long singles tournament to get through before we find out who she will be facing.
We have three of our 4 champions for Spectacular locked in. We have
we have Harper,
Marisol, Yeah.
Marisol.
So Marisol singles. Harper for Star Wars.
I don't think we have. No, we don't, because there's still. We don't, because there's a teams match. There's the. Isn't Lightning Time facing Shazam?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about that one. That one it's been so quiet with.
I know. So two. We have two locked in, because we still have Amaru versus Kalinowski for the IG title. One of them will be facing. Well, we know Robert Parker will be at Spectacular.
Yes.
So we have that locked. So we know the IG title holders competitor for
IG,
match.
yeah.
But because we still do have the Lightning Time versus Shazam match.
Yes.
Before Spectacular. Also, that's another thing I want to bring up. Thank you, Jeremy. Is that so Paul Oyama's music starts playing after the title match. And everyone is thinking, oh my God, he's about to cash in.
Not me.
And lo and behold, who comes sauntering and dancing his way down that walkway but Chandru the Chosen Dandapani himself. And I texted him afterward. I texted Chandru and I said, I audibly went, oh my God, damn it, Chandru. Like, because I was like, really? Really? So, this has not been confirmed, because Harloff said, I didn't know about this. So I don't know if this is actually happening. I don't know if Chandru is just being the heel that he is. But according to Chandru, Paul has given him the title shot that he earned during the free-for-all and is giving it to Chandru. So Chandru is saying he is going to cash it in and face whoever has the IG belt at Spectacular? Is that what he said?
Yep. So poor Parker, he went from, all right, I'm either playing Amaru or Mike. Now there is, if this plays out, he could be playing Mike or Amaru or Chandru if this thing plays out.
I don't know. And I tried to get confirmation if this is true. I texted the source directly. I don't know if I'll get yelled at for this later, but I literally texted Paul going, what is happening? Is any of this true? And I have not heard anything back. I can show you my phone for proof. I have not heard a word. So I don't know. I tried to get confirmation.
At like 12:30 at night going, he hasn't replied.
Yeah. So I tried to get my journalism ishness out there and try and get confirmation of this. I have not received any sort of confirmation. Harloff seemed to be blindsided by this.
Okay. So you and I were texting, but we were watching the whole time. I heard the music and was like, that's Paul's music, because it's on my iPhone. I listen to it all the time. It's like my favorite of David B's songs.
So Sean and I were driving, and I had turned it off because I was like, oh, it's over. And then Sean still happened to be listening, and he taps in the shoulder. He goes, Paul's going to cash in. I'm like, what the heck? And so I turned my phone back on.
Yeah, so I'm the same way. Immediately I go, that's Paul's music. This must be the cash in. And then I was like, Paul wouldn't fly from Hawaii to New York just to do like a cut scene. What's going through my head. I'm like, that's weird. And then so I see Chandru walk out and I go, oh, he's going to be his mouthpiece, basically. Because
that's what you said. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for Paul to fly from Hawaii to New York to be like
an 8-hour flight.
And then that's it. So, and then Chandru starts saying like, Paul gave me his chip to play an IG, and I was like, excuse me, what? Rewind.
Yeah.
What? Like, I
don't know what's happening, Brian. I don't know what's happening.
I don't either.
And I hate that I don't know what's happening. I legit know nothing. I know nothing. And I hate it.
Paul's still in the singles tournament. I love final exam. There's no point, I think, right now to use it on Teams because Teams is a bloodbath. I mean,
do not use it on Teams.
And then the only other thing is to use it next year. I mean, maybe with the way next year's playing out, like no one really knows what's going on, kind of. It's like, why keep it? But at the same time, you earned that. Like,
he literally dominated in the free-for-all to earn this shot. And like, if we're playing by Money in the Bank's rules, which is a WWE thing where they can literally cash in, I think they can have that I think they can have the briefcase for a year. I think it's a year when they can cash it in. Fellow wrestling fans in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's a year.
Can go search if it's in the rule book. I have a feeling it's not even in the rule book.
Because they never gave him a time frame to cash it in. So it's like,
I have no idea.
Jeremy, it's a year, right? It's a year. Money in the Bank is a year that they can cash in, correct? Because if that's the case, then Paul still has a good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Paul still has a good chunk of time, and I understand that there is an off season, but we start back up in like February, March. And free for all doesn't happen until
start up February. He said it I saw it today on his little Christian's Q&A thing on Facebook. He said, someone asked like, when are you starting things? And he said, award show January 1st, stuff starting in February. So things are moving, but like
this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know, and I hate that I don't know. I hate that I don't know because I am so in the dark, and I'm like, is this real? Because no one, I think Chandra was other than Laura, I think Chandra was the only person from Swag that was there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
At least out of pictures I saw. No, Jen Kemp was there. I saw
Jen Kemp was there. So, but no one who would who can really confirm nor deny, because Winston wasn't there.
No.
Because if Winston was there and said something as the manager of Swag, that would be able to confirm if is Chandru going rogue? Is this an actual thing that's happening? I don't know. Which if it is, I want to ask Paul, you earned that. So why would you want to, I don't know. And I hate that I don't know. I don't know.
And correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Marisol's only loss is to Paul.
I believe so.
So if I'm Marisol, I'm going, hey, come play round 2.
Well, because when the music hit, I thought he was gonna cash in and we were gonna get the match right then and there.
Oh God.
Because that's how it is. That's how it is for
meanest.
That's how it is in WWE. That's how it is in Money in the Bank.
New York would have loved it. You guys would have all loved it.
Because Money in the Bank, a person can literally cash in as the champion is laying unconscious on the floor. And the person could come in and cash it in and lay on top of them, and the ref just goes 1, 2, 3, and now you're the new champion. So they can literally cash it in at any point in time. So when that music came up, I was like, he's going to cash in. Marisol's going to have to play right away. But no. We got Chandru in his dancy pants.
Yeah.
So I don't.
My favorite part was when he's like, all right, play me off. And Christian's like, we're not playing music for you.
And then he still just danced. He was like, I'm still going to dance anyway.
Yeah, so, that made me laugh. I was like,
I'm so very, very interested to see what comes of that. I want to talk to Winston and see if this is true, if Chandra is going rogue. So, if Chandra is going rogue, then in the span of one night, we have Swag kind of breaking apart and potentially Korruption.
Swag, our DMs are open. Let us know what the heck is going on.
My DMs are open. If y'all have my number, text it.
Everyone's ignoring Jill right now.
What the?
She's usually our little news source, but
they're too busy taking shots of Malort apparently for answering my freaking text messages.
No thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you. But that was what a way to freaking bring back live events. Like that.
Right. I can only imagine how much fun you guys all had that attended the New York show had. Like it must have been a blast. It looked like a blast. I loved just vicariously living through the pictures from the competitors, from fans, from everyone. It just makes me that much more excited for Spectacular and to meet everyone. The amount of hugs that are going to be given. Watch out. So
I know. So many hugs. Brian Ward, I would love for that. Could you imagine?
No,
because you know, hashtag Roka's last ride or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Like the Outlaw's last ride or whatever it is. Could you imagine if his last match was Paul cashing in? Like,
did you see Roka? Like, I believe he posted like a tweet that was like, start a chant in the crowd, like Roka's last ride, and I listened for it. Nothing. Correct me if I'm wrong, New York people. Like, I was sitting there waiting, trying to hear it, but yeah. Chuck, you're getting the FOMO of Spectacular because we got the FOMO of New York. So yeah.
Thank you for repping our gear, though, Chuck. We appreciate
you.
But anyway, long chaos story short. Marisol retains her championship.
Yeah.
She will be at Spectacular as your singles champion. TBD on if Chandru will be there, if Paul still has his cash in. I have no freaking clue what's happening there.
The season is almost over, and there's so much left to be figured out.
There's so much unanswered questions that's happening. It's like they were like, "Oh, we're back live. We're bringing all this craziness back," and it's like,
think about it. The end of the season is December 4th. It is October 10th, and we still have so much to figure out from now until then. It's going to be a wild month and a half, people.
It's crazy.
It's going to be wild.
It's crazy. Well, before I kind of wanted to cash in and play Marisol. That would have been a huge, right?
There was like a half second. I was like, this guy's going to try to play against Marisol.
Well, because we talked about the fact about Paul cashing in for IG and just saying, screw it. Like, let's cash in for IG and just see what I can do. Like, we talked about that before.
I was sitting there going like, oh no, Chandru, don't.
I know.
Don't do it. Don't challenge Marisol. Just don't do it yourself.
But so very interesting to see what comes out of that. But as we said, we still have a lot. The season's almost over, but boy, do we have a lot of stuff going on. Yes, so we will briefly talk about the matches that are coming up this week. Because obviously there's
only one match that matters this week, right?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Civil
it's
War.
The moment you have all been waiting for. We are getting the Damon Civil War this Wednesday. Monday for you Schmoedown patrons, but this Wednesday we will be getting the Damon versus Damon Civil War. Clearly we are biased in our choice for this one because we always rep our View Crew family here. So we are Team Molly Damon all the way.
Yeah, here. I grabbed, of course, the best promo.
Of course, the best Brian Ward promo of all time.
God.
All time is.
And if you are joining us on Wednesday, last time we talked to Molly, Alex is going to be with us too. So
I believe
expect
so.
all the chaos on Wednesday.
Chaos. It's going to be a fun one. So
we don't know who the rest of the week is. Honestly,
have they not announced it?
I don't know, but it's all I know is it's Civil War week. So feel free to put it in the chat, you guys, what it is. But I know. Andy. Yes.
Alex's Padme was pretty great too.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me
Mr.
see if
Brian
the schedule's
Ward.
been posted before. Of course, now my Wi-Fi is dying.
I'm trying to find the actual like really good spectacular one, but Civil War one. But yeah, let's be honest. There's only one match that really.
No, the Damon versus Damon one isn't even in the. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, a press room. Okay, So Wednesday, they do have the schedule. So Wednesday, we have
right
the Damon. Yeah, thank you. So we have the Damon versus Damon Civil War on Wednesday, which obviously we are Team Molly. Sorry, Alex, we love you, but Team Molly. And then on Thursday, we have the press room. So we will be seeing Horowitz again this Thursday. We have Horowitz and Perry Nemiroff versus the Old Guard, which is Alonzo Duralde and Mark Riley. So it'll be really cool to see Mark and Alonzo again because we haven't seen them pretty much at all this season. So Brian, real quick, do you have a pick in that race?
I'm going to go press room, I think, this week.
Press room. I think so too. I think I'm press room for that one too.
Sorry,
but Old Guard can surprise us. You know, it's Mark Riley who
is no slouch, and Riley has been around long enough that he knows how to play this game. So that could be not bad.
And then we are finally getting the long-awaited Dan Murrell versus Lon Harris. That is the Friday match.
There's going to be so much plaid going on in that match.
Lots of plaid.
Lots of plaid people.
I, of course, have Dan the GOAT taking that one. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know. Brian Ward, if you have extra time, which I know you don't, you can just make like a card for Dan and Lon and just have the background be plaid.
It's plaid.
Lots of plaid. Because you have so much free time.
They actually have the schedule out until October 29th, which is interesting. Wow. But so those are the matches for next week, which we will be reacting to. There is not a pay-per-view. There's not a pay-per-view this week. So I believe we will be reacting to all three. Don't quote me on that, though, because sometimes Fridays are up in the air. But we will for sure be here on Wednesday and Thursday. Join us on Wednesday because it'll be a fun one because it's the Damon Civil War y'all have been waiting for since Molly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of crap talk that is going to be exchanged between those two, if they're on the same one during a match where they are both playing each other, it is not something you are going to want to miss.
That promo is going to have so many fan slaps of just the opening of the fan. You'll probably see a lot of the View crew in those promos because Molly is always dishing Alex just the fire whenever she can. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a fun one. So be sure to tune in Wednesday for that one. I believe we do have a date set for our episode of Happy Hour this month. It's actually we set the date.
This is your show.
I'm pretty sure we set the date for that one. We are doing it on a Friday this month because, as you all know, October is the month of
spooky
Jill
season.
And Molly. It is spooky season, and our Saturdays are just booked. So we're doing spooky-ish. So Friday, October 22nd will be our next episode of Happy Hour. We will announce those guests once Molly comes back from vacation because I want to make sure she's here when we announce that. So October 22nd will be our next episode of the world famous. I'm just going to call it that now because that's what I've been doing. The world famous.
No. Wait. Oh, crap. Rue, that's your match.
That's right. Okay, that's because we talked about that and you were like, oh, there's a pay-per-view. So maybe we might push it back. If anything, I think we might still do the Friday, but just push it back after 5:00.
Maybe
for the pay-per-view to end.
A happy hour night, Friday night edition.
Yeah. So I think we did talk about that. So I think we're doing it that Friday. But we're pushing it back until after the pay-per-view, so it'll probably Amber already talked about it. Like, don't even
No, that was something we talked about.
We don't want to get called in the principal's office for having a show during a pay-per-view, so because we would get called in the cool.
Don't tempt Molly with a good time.
No, I can't. So we will probably just push it back. It probably won't be at 5 Pacific time. We'll probably push it back to maybe 7. So just keep that open, y'all. And then also real quick plug, because I always do, because this show needs more views because it is amazing. Taylor Robinson and Jacob London do have another bracket show. Look at these freaking amazingly wonderful guests. We have your current singles champion, Marisol McKee, former Inner Kingdom champion, Mark Knoppick, potential on the way to be there, Inner Kingdom champion Robert Parker, magician extraordinaire, I guess we could call him. Former singles champ Adam Collins.
He needs a new picture. He has a beard now.
I know. And former singles champ Dan Murrell. So just a champion's delight we have on that show. So make sure to go over there. Make sure to hashtag view crew, or we're the
just tell them we're raiding. I'm gonna go over there right now.
Go raid. Anyway, Brian, where can the good people of the Schmoedownverse find you?
The internet.
Party. Cool. Yes, where? That's a dangerous answer. Where on the internet can they find you?
You can find me Biavalcino on Twitter, and with Jake on Apocalypse Movies. And I believe
I'd answer what you're doing on Tuesday, but I don't know what you're doing.
I actually know.
Oh,
I say this, but then Jake's probably going to change it. But I would assume we're going to spend the whole entire time talking about No Time to Die.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume if you want to talk some James Bond, Tuesday, Apocalypse Movies, come join us.
And my name is Jilly Marie, 2 I's, 2 E's on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me there. You can also sometimes find me doing post interviews for the Schmoedown, so make sure to stick till the end for those matches. And sometimes I'm on the desk, apparently. We'll see if that happens again, because it was cool. We'll see. But this has been a fun one, just the two of us.
Yeah, we don't need those other guys.
We did just fine, I think. I think we held it together. We did all right. I feel better. I have my Pedialyte. I'm probably going to go make some ramen right now.
But I said rum.
I feel better now. I'm going to go keep drinking. No,
okay. Make some ramen. Hair of the dog.
But anyway, thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Love and appreciate all of you. Hashtag View Crew. And we will catch you on Wednesday for the Damon vs. Damon Civil War. So make sure to come back here. We will be joined by Alex and Molly. They're going to be reacting together. It's going to be a treat. So be sure to join us on Wednesday. And until then, for myself, for Brian, for Jake, and Molly, this has been A Certain Point of View. And we will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a great week.
Bye.